Hi, I'm Daniel at Divi Friends, and today I would like to talk about how to restore backups of your WordPress website using the Divi Friends control panel. As you can see here, I'm logged into the control panel, and there are three different approaches that we can take when restoring a backup. At Divi Friends, we're pretty neurotic when it comes to backups, and we want to make sure that you're covered in multiple different ways, and that includes on-site backups as well as off-site backups. So if even something were to happen locally with the server, we've got backups upon backups. So I'm going to show you three different ways so you can make sure that you feel great about your data being secure when you host with Divi Friends. The first thing I want to point out is if you just want to have a backup of your WordPress website just for your own copy to hold on your computer or drive, you can do that simply by going to the backup wizard. And there's a button right here for backup, and this is going to allow you to back up your home directory, your databases, and any email forwarder configuration information. And then if you want to restore, you simply would click the restore button and it would prompt you to then choose the file that you created with this backup process. So that's one way that you can create a backup yourself if you so choose. But don't worry, we're doing backups for you on a regular basis, and you can also restore from those. So the second way that I want to show you how to restore things would be from the file and directory restoration option right here. So if I click on that, I now have the ability to browse and find a specific file that I want to restore, or it could be a complete directory. So let me paginate over a little bit here and find something interesting I want to restore. So I could choose a specific file, or I may say I want to restore the entire public HTML directory, that's typically where all of your websites are kept. So I could choose this perhaps. So I'm going to click on Choose Backups. And here you can see there are a number of backups here that are compressed and ready for you to restore. So you would simply choose the date that you want to restore back to. So I can come all the way back here to September 29th if I wanted to and click Restore. And then it's going to say confirm, do you really want to overwrite and restore? In this case, I'm not going to click the restore button, but that's all you would do at this point is click restore, and that's going to restore the entire public HTML directory on top of the old one. So you'd be restoring it back to the date that you select here. And again, you can do this with any file or directory within your hosting environment. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you, and if you need to do a complete restore back, this may be the simplest approach. So I saved the best for last. If we scroll down here to WordPress installations, you'll see I've got a WordPress site here installed. And if I click View More, you'll see, oh, there's my blog, and I've got all the information about that. There's some other goodies in here for configuring how often your WordPress plugins or whatnot are updated if you want that to happen. You also have options in here to clone. I'm not going to cover that today. You have an option here to create a backup if you so choose, or remove this installation if you wanted to. What I'm going to do though is show you how to get to your backups. So if I go to the My Backups tab, you will see there we have two backups under this location. And here in this case, these are off the server on an Amazon cloud account. And so these are redundant backups on top of all the other backups that you saw. So here you're going to retain typically two backups, one weekly and one monthly backup. Whereas in the other location, from there you've got a full weekly backup and then also a month back from there. So you have a lot of options to choose from. But from here I can choose one of these dates if I wanted to restore this entire WordPress install, and I would simply come here and click Restore this backup. And then I've got two options. I can either restore this to the original location, which is what I'm mainly going to talk about here, or you can restore to a new location. So I'll talk about this real briefly. I'm not going to cover this in depth here, but let's say you had a copy of your website and you would like to restore that to a different location. So you want a clone of your website so that you could use it for development purposes, or perhaps to try out some new plugins and make sure it doesn't break your site, or you just want to use website A as a starting point for website B. Great, you can take any one of your backups and you could restore this to a different location on your hosting plan and then start running with that and make changes as you so choose. But today I'm going to talk about, let's just say you have an issue with your website and you just want to restore it back to one of those dates that we selected from the backups. So I'm going to come in here, just go restore to original location and click continue. From here, it's going to indicate items in red will be replaced with this backup Restore. So in this case, these are files that it's showing has been updated since the last time there was a backup, and you can see most of those have a little red indicator there. And at this point, all you would do is simply scroll down and click Restore. And that will restore this entire WordPress installation, including all files as well as your database, to make sure that you go back to this point in time that you selected. So that is all I'd like to cover today. If you ever have issues or concerns, you can always reach out to the wonderful support team at Divi Friends simply by going to support.divifriends.com, and we would be happy to help you with restoring any of your data. Thank you for your time, and enjoy your building with Divi and WordPress.